Hello everybody and welcome to the Regalia Minecraft Townie server preview. Um, I apologize in advance for any lag that may result in this. I am running the server currently from my home computer as an example, and so there may be some lag and frame rate issues that are unintended and will hopefully not influence too much negative effect upon this video. So once again I apologize in advance. With that being said, let's get started. So this is the spawn in which normal players will start at. It's kind of on a shore. And if you'll notice, I'm using a Doku's RPG texture pack, as well as a little bit of Mixcraft, but I haven't done a whole lot with Mixcraft. And the wool textures will have been made customly by me because Doku's is missing the wool textures currently, and I just kind of made my own to kind of fit everything else. So as you'll see, there's kind of torches lined up over here, and we're just going to kind of follow this little path. And basically by going this way, this will lead you to the first city. I'm going to add a little bit of fog, hopefully to help the frame rate. And as you can see, we're approaching a pavilion. This is the crafting pavilion, and basically what's set up here is a furnace and a crafting table to kind of help you with your needs for crafting, as well as offer some protection against mobs at nighttime in case you're traveling during the night. So continuing along this pathway, basically this pathway leads all the way to the first city. And Alden, which is the first city, it's kind of the starter place. It's where you can kind of establish yourself once the server gets going and such things as that. So right now we're getting ready to approach the city. And I recommend using the pack that I've compiled together for this because some of the structures are made out of brick, and brick doesn't really match any other setting unless it's with this pack, because the brick is the same color as cobblestone, and it basically just looks like a cleaner, like a further, like an even cleaner version of stone, as you can see with that structure that I'm kind of looking at over there. So I'll start with the town square. The town square is right here, and here's the message board. Right here is the main gate, which you can only open from this side by right-clicking the sign. And as you can see, the little green message putting me out in the wilderness has been put out, letting me know that I am no longer in the city of Alden. And so basically, in case an intruder comes in, I can just close this gate, and then they won't be allowed in. And they also are not allowed to destroy these either because I have them protected. So here is the message board, and this side says, "Welcome to the city of Alden." And this side is kind of the city announcements. And as you can see on the left and right hand sides, it says the sponsor, and then in the middle is the actual message. So the sponsor here is CP Stats, and CP stands for Civil Protection, and that's the kind of police force unit that is run throughout the entire game. And you will probably be able to join this unit if you're a player that's been on the server for long enough, so that way you can kind of protect the server against bad men. So this one is the crime rate is 0.0%, and I have set to 0 because there's not really anybody on the server right now. So then over here, the sponsor for this one is real estate, and it says speak to Born to Pwn to purchase property. This one is from the guild, or from a guild. I don't put the specific guild, it's just a general guild announcement. And this one says the Miners Guild is now recruiting. And over here is blank, and players will actually be able to pay the city in order to publish messages here. And then once the city has been paid and the transaction's been made, an admin will change these signs and put the person's name as the sponsor and then the message in these two squares here. So basically, so this one here is to speak to Born to Pwn to purchase property, and this is the property that's for sale, these two areas here. And so players, once they have enough money, will be able to buy them. And this one is for sale for 1,200 platina, and platina is currently the name of the currency, which may change, it's tentative. And then on the right hand side it says Born to Pwn, which is right now the current owner of the property. And the same messages are over here because these plots are the same size. And there's a little gate that I have here. And right here is the Alden General Store. Eventually you'll be able to buy from this guy some basic things like saplings and stuff like that. And over here is the weapon outlet, which is now currently named the Weapon Emporium. And Sherman will sell you some weapons. Diamond won't just be a vendored weapon. You're actually going to have to make that yourself. And there's also a skills mod in here, so you can improve skills, as well as repair armor using a iron block as an anvil. Here is the fire that you can start, and you can actually throw items in here to dispose of them. This is the storage. If you are a member of the guild, you will be allowed access to these chests and be able to put the resources at your disposal. However, if you put too much greed into these resources and steal everything, you will be kicked out of the guild and possibly from the server. So take caution when becoming part of this guild, as other people want to use this stuff too. So down here is the dorms. There's 2 beds up here, and down here is basically a mirror image to the exact same thing, as well as multiple doors that go out that way for more dorms. And there's plenty of room to join the Miners Guild, so if you ever have the urge to become part of a guild, feel free to join the Miners Guild. And these are some NPCs. That's the guild master. If you come close to him, he'll ask you if you want to join, or tell you to go away from the mine because it's under construction right now, or it's dangerous down there. And right now that is sealed off, and it may open up later, but right now there's some stuff down there that you don't want to encounter. So here is the furnace room right here, and this is the craft master. And so obviously you can smelt all kinds of things in there. And this is the crafting room where you can craft whatever you need. And so that's pretty much it for the Miners Guild. But if you become a part of the guild, you will have access to the mine once it opens up, as well as quite a few other things. So over there is the prison, which I have not allowed access to normal players to go into. So it is sealed with an iron door, and additionally, there is no lever to power that door from the outside, because you must be a member of the Civil Protection in order to enter. But I will kind of take myself in there, so I'm going to give myself a compass to be able to go through this. And as you can see here, this will open this door, and this is the fire room. And basically, if this lever is turned on, the entire room will turn into flames. And here is the actual cell, and notice there's an NPC prisoner, and he will beg you to get him out of there if you come close to him from the town hall. And there's that guy too, and you can open this from the inside but not from the outside. So there's that. And right now nightfall is coming upon us, so I'm gonna go ahead and actually change this to daytime so I can finish this tour. However, I mean, there's quite a few cool things. For some reason it didn't work. It might have worked, but the fog just is kind of making everything weird. Alright, well anyways, so continuing on, this is going to be where Civil Protection people can get items. But right now it's just a gate that anybody can open, which will be changed eventually. And so, further continuing on, over here are the apartments. Oh, there we go. It looks like I had a little bit of lag. Again, I apologize for some of the lag that may be going on right now, as it's definitely unintended, and it's because I'm running this from my home computer, even though I shouldn't be. So these are the apartments, and these will be given out for free to the first players that will be joining the server. And currently 2 of them have already been given away to my friends. And so eventually, once they're filled up, people will be able to sell them in order to generate money. And right now the server economy is based off of iEconomy. This is the bank. Eventually you'll be able to set up accounts here to deposit your money so that you don't lose it when you die. And that's how you'll be able to set up an account with this guy right here. Over here you will be able to deposit items. And over here you will be able to look at properties for sale. You may or may not be able to buy them from there. But right now it'll just be listings of what properties are for sale. This is the guide. There will be one of these in every city, and they will all have the same name of Arceus Guide. And Arceus is the name of the world. And so basically, you can submit questions to him, which the admins will look at and help you answer your questions. And this is just kind of a lounge. There's a nice little campfire and everything, or not campfire, but a fireplace rather. So that's the bank. Over here, there's a little deposit into water here, and that has a tunnel over there, which connects to this water source over here, and there's a nice little mini waterfall right there. This is kind of the farmland where there are there's some sugar cane right here, and then there's wheat in there. And this is the church, which I will come back to in just a minute. And this is the well, and in the well, obviously, there's an infinite water source here, so members of the town will be able to take water from here and use it for whatever they need to use water for. Coming back to the church now, this is the Holy Sanctum of Alden, and it's actually just called the Alden Chapel, but I wanted to make it a little bit more dramatic. Anyway, so you'll notice a little blue altar here. If you right-click this altar, it'll say this altar looks bright and nice. It can probably cure curses, but you feel well right now. There is a vampirism mod installed on the server, and basically it won't start off very common, and I will probably eventually just infect one player with a vampirism, and then he will spread it to everybody else. So you want to be careful of who you're making friends with, because you might be making friends with a vampire, and that's just not a good situation you want to be in. So this can cure your vampirism, and so you're probably wondering, well, how do I get it other than spreading the infection? Well, there is an Easter egg inside of this church which will allow you to become a vampire, and I'm going to skip to the video and show you this particular area, but I will not give you any clues as to how it works or how any of it plays in. Matter of fact, I will just show you what the area looks like. So when we come back, I will be in this area, and I will just kind of show it to you. Alrighty, welcome back, and this is the kind of new chapel, and you'll notice things are quite a bit different than before. You can see a little offering pit here, which you can throw things in to offer sacrifices to the evil god, and right now the evil god's name is Evict, and this may change. Everything is kind of tentative right now. However, admins will watch you sacrifice into this pit, and depending on the item you sacrifice, the admin will make the decision of what powers you will be granted for a temporary amount of time. It might be levels to your skills, since there is a MMO mod which allows you to work on professions. You may gain skill gain to one of your professions, or maybe a piece of land or something, depending on the item that you offer up. Here, rather than a nice blue altar, we have a gold altar lined with some obsidian, which is kind of a darker setting. And if you right-click this altar, it says this altar looks really evil. To use it, you need to collect these ingredients. And it lists off some ingredients that you'll need to collect. And if you right-click the altar with these ingredients, it will turn you into a vampire. So, basically, if you want to get cured, you'll have to go back up there and cure yourself. However, like I said, I will not tell anybody how to get here, since this is the point of this being an Easter egg, that no one is supposed to know how to get here. So now you can see that this is kind of the evil sanctum, and so I'm going to kind of get myself back to the holy sanctum, and when we come back I will be there. So I will see you again in a bit. Welcome back once again, and we are now back in the holy sanctum, and we are going to actually leave here now, and I'm going to show you one last thing of this city. So I'm just going to use this compass to teleport to where I want to go. Okay, so here is one of the exits to the city, and you can see there's kind of a large structure built here, and this is the mayor's manor, and here's the side entrance. You may have seen the tunnel on my way in, and you can actually go across that tunnel, and there's some nice large staircase that you can use to go into the castle as well, but you can only enter that way if the gate is open, and it's kind of like the front entrance to Alden, where you only can open it from the inside. This will probably be sealed with iron gates as well, so that way you can only come in if it's open from the inside additionally. So here's the inside. There's not really a whole lot right now. Here's the gate that I explained before, and I'll kind of show you what the view is like from here. Quite a bit of scenery, and there's the nice long staircase I was telling you about. So I'm going to close that. And up here is the tower. And this gives the player a much better view than from the watchtower, which is another civil protection area. So I will go up here and show you what those are. So here's the mayor's kind of outpost, and you can see the whole city from here pretty much, and so you can just kind of see what's going on. And over here we have the watchtower, and there's right now Watchman Larson. He's kind of the overseer of the city, as well as Scout Victor, and he has a bow, and eventually he'll be programmed so where he will shoot intruders, but right now that hasn't been introduced yet. So this is basically the overview of the city, and that's basically everything so far, and this city's pretty much done. And the cities won't be insanely large, but large enough. So, and then these are the apartments, which are given out for free. I may have mentioned that before, I don't really remember, but those will be free until they are maxed out. and then people will be able to sell them to generate money. So, that being said, this is pretty much it. There's going to be a few more things implemented, which I will explain in another video. But I would like to thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in my other videos. You feel free to check out my how to survive tutorials, as well as just some of my ranting about some of my opinions in Minecraft and what I think. So again, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.